Hey, I'm Yogi Donaldo, your octogenarian yogi. In these videos, I'll share what I've learned over the years about yoga's ethics, its philosophy, its poses, its breath work, and meditation. Yogi Donaldo's YouTube channel is presented by Don English. People, including this instructor, have been injured doing yoga. As we age, recovery from injury takes longer and means time away from our practice. Consult with your doctor and work within your abilities. Here's what you'll need for this video. Good morning. Here we are ready to do some chair yoga. And before we begin, we have a block, another block, and a strap. And if you have these, that's great. If you don't, I'm sure you'll find ways to work around it. We'll begin sitting in our chair toward the front of the chair, thighs coming straight out from the hips and the knees right over the ankles. That makes our knees and our ankles about hips width apart. And then sitting with a nice neutral spine, head balanced, shoulders back, chest open. We'll take a few minutes to center ourselves, to let go of our thoughts of the day, our plans, our expectations and judgments. Taking this opportunity simply to be present, sitting in your chair at this particular moment in time. Right now, this is the thing that's the most important. We'll take a few moments to center, bringing our attention to our breath. Giving particular attention to the sensations of breath, sensations of air as it moves in and out of the nostrils. And see if you can slow your breath down, taking longer inhales and longer exhales. We'll begin with several rounds of continuous things that we'll do a little further on in the practice. So let's begin with a nice big full inhale, and as we exhale, release the head and neck, keeping the shoulders back, let the chin come down toward the chest. Try and pay attention to the sensations of stretch, sensations you feel in the neck, shoulders, upper back. And with our next inhale now, let's roll the head up on the right side, circle around to the back, exhale, roll down on the left side. Try and move and be coordinating with your breath. And the next time the chin reaches the chest, we'll reverse, inhaling up left and down on the right. And next time when the chin reaches the chest on our inhale, we'll rebalance the head. With the next exhale now, let's tilt the head right ear, right shoulder. We'll drop that left arm and shoulder down. As you can see, I'm mirroring you. We'll bring the right hand to the head, fingers reaching toward the ear, and then just try and draw that ear toward the top of your head. Stretch out a little bit more there, not putting a lot of pressure in the neck. And release to the other side. And back to center. With the next exhale, we'll rotate the head to the right, keeping the head and eyes level. Bring them around as far to the right as you can, keeping the rest of the body as relaxed as possible. Face, toes, fingers, all those little places where we may be holding tension. Inhaling center and exhale other side. And back to center. Now let's drop the arms alongside the chair. Draw the shoulders back. Right hand grasp hold of a chair leg. We'll float the left arm to shoulder height, palm up, and then reach up into a seated side bend. Right hand slipping down the chair leg, but holding, gripping for support. As you open up on that left side, you can let the hand slip down that chair leg a little more. And the other side. And back to center. Now let's scoot back to the back of the chair for a seated twist. Left hand reaching across to the chair back, right hand reaching around wherever it can find, and then with the hips pressed back against the chair seat, spiral around that neutral spine, looking as far to the right as you can. And back to front, other side. And back to center. And now let's come back out to the front of the chair. We'll walk our feet out to the outer edges of the mat. Heels are maybe just touching the edge of the mat. Hands on the knees, the thighs. Inhale, stretch up, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, hinge forward. Keeping that spine as flat as possible. And with the hands on the knees, it helps to keep that spine in neutral. And perhaps you can bring your hands to the floor without losing that flatness in the spine. Maybe you'd like to have a block under them. Whichever side of the block works best for you so that you can keep that spine in neutral. And then begin softening the elbows, allowing yourself to come a little deeper. Again, without losing that flatness in the spine. As we get ready to come out, we'll bring first one hand to a knee, then the other. Press into the knees and help lift the body back up. Let's walk the feet back into center. Still out there at the front of the chair. We'll bring the left ankle over the right knee. A little gentle pressure on the knee with the left hand, left forearm, right hand at the foot. Stretch up and hinge. And maybe you're feeling a little stretch in the hip of that left leg. Again, always work to keep the low back from rounding. Try not to collapse the upper chest. And we're going to come back up to sitting. And then with the left hand under the knee, right hand under the foot, let's bring that shin in toward the body. A version of cradle the baby. And as always, try and sit up nice and tall. Now let's release that leg. We'll let the leg hang outside the right leg. Hand around the knee, stretch up, and hinge forward. Inhaling back up. And other side. First, bringing the ankle across the thigh, ankle bone outside the thigh. A little gentle pressure on the knee. Sit tall, hand at the foot. And then hinge forward. Inhale up. Hand under the knee, hand at the foot. Keep the foot engaged as you bring the shin in toward the body. And this can be your cradle of baby, or you can try and wrap the arms around the elbows, inner elbows around the knee and the foot. And hold for a few breaths. 3 to 5 full breaths. And releasing. Leg outside the left leg. Hand around the knee, stretch, and hinge forward. Inhale back to upright and back to sitting. Now from out there at the front edge of the chair, let's reach the hands back behind to the back edge of the chair, draw the shoulder blades into each other, and we're going to do a seated back bend, arching the back, opening through the front body, head wherever's comfortable. See if you can get a nice stretch from the chin down through the neck, belly. and back to upright. And anytime that you feel like your back is needing to do a little different stretch, just go to a little seated back bend. Now let's do a triangle twist. We'll take our two blocks, place one between the feet and the other outside the right foot, and sit up toward the front of the chair. Inhale, stretch up. Exhaling, hinge forward. Left hand to the center block, turn right, and circle that palm to the small of the back. Elbow, shoulder, head rotated toward the sky. Release. Right hand to the knee, press into the knee, help lift the body back up. Other side, hinge forward. Right hand to the block, center block. Left hand to the small of the back. Elbow, shoulder, head rotated up. Left hand, left knee, and press back up. After that little twist, let's do a seated back bend. Just an easy one, just the counter pose, the twist, and back to sitting. Now let's take that center block, we'll put it outside the left foot. So now we have a block outside the right, a block outside the left. And if you only have one block, you'll switch blocks from one side to the other. Inhale, stretch up. Exhaling, hinge forward. Left hand to the block outside the right foot. Turn to the right, and again circle that palm to the small of the back. Rotate head, shoulders, and elbow skyward. Right palm, right knee, press into the knee, and lift back up. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, hinge. Right hand, left block. Turn left, palm to the back. Head, shoulder, elbow. Left hand, left knee, press into the knee, and lift back up. And we'll take our blocks, set the blocks aside for now. And again, right out there at the edge of the chair, just before you're ready to fall off. And we're going to do a seated boat pose. Lean back, try not to touch the chair back, pick the feet up off the floor, and hold. And lift them up. And then just to show you, there's a couple other variations you can do. what's fun for you to do. Sometimes I call this furniture yoga. You can use any furniture in the house. Folding chair, dining room chair, back bends over the edge of the arm of the couch. Lots of things you can do. Just pay attention and be present and focused. All right, now let's scoot back to the back of the chair. And we're going to bring, first we'll bring the right leg up. And the seat is a little small, so we just bring the heel in as on the edge of the chair. Wrap the arm around, extend that left leg as best you can, and maybe with the arm in front of that knee, come down as far as you can. Variation on the floor pose called Marichiasana. And back up. And other side. The arm in front of the thigh or the shin. And reach down the leg, or you can maybe reach the hands around behind the back with the arm wrapped around the knee and try and cup the hands together. And maybe you don't manage the whole thing, but at least we begin to work on loosening up the joint. And back up. And release. Now let's come out to the front edge of the chair. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to bring the right knee up, foot up off the floor, knee in toward the body. And replace the foot and the other knee. Release. Bring the knee back up. This time we'll bring the arms out to the sides. And release the other side. And release. Bring the arms out to the sides, extend that right leg out. Release. And other side. And As we sit here and just breathe for a few moments, try and keep your awareness with the breath and the sensations that you were just experiencing in the legs and arms. Now let's take our strap, place it around the ball of the foot, and we're going to bring that leg up high, and maybe then just bring the hands underneath the leg and alternatingly flex the foot, toes toward you and then away from you. Back and forth. And try and keep that leg in the same position. Don't let the knee bend. And notice one position of the foot makes it a little easier, the other a little more difficult. And release, replace the foot. Extend the left leg. Use the strap. Bring that leg straight up. Hands under the back of the leg. Knee straight. Try and keep the shoulders back. Foot flexed toward you and then away. This is called plantar or dorsal flexion when your toes are pointed toward you, and plantar flexion when they're pointed away. So alternate between the two. Keeping the knee straight. And noticing. And release. And this feels like a good place for a little back bend. So let's bring our hands back behind the chair, the back of the seat, arch the back, and wherever's comfortable, stretch to the belly. And release back to sitting. Now let's come back to our strap, and we're going to stay out there toward the front edge of the chair, extending the right leg out so that the heel's on the floor, and if the heel's not on the floor and the leg is not straight, then place a block underneath the heel so that you can have that leg straight. And we're going to do a little dorsiflexion and plantar flexion again. This time we're going to do a little more strenuous with the strap around the ball of the foot and draw those toes back toward you. Get a nice stretch in the calf of that right leg. And then we're going to switch, strap down toward the heel, toes toward the floor, and plantar flexion. And we stretch out the muscles in the shin. Little muscles there that work the toes. And switch again. And toes toward the floor. And once more, toes back toward you. And toes toward the floor. Now relax. As you relax, tune into the sensations of relaxation. And we'll switch to the other side. Heel on the floor, strap at the ball of the foot. All the muscles that you can engage in the foot, engage them. Try and keep your awareness with the breath. And toes toward the floor. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Again. And toes toward the floor one more time. And relax. Paying attention, as always. That's what yoga's about. And now let's extend that right leg again. Strap around the ball of the foot one more time. This time, good solid grip on the strap with both hands. Lift that straight leg up as high as it'll go. Keep the knee straight. And gently lower. Relax, pay attention. And again. Gently lower. And relax. Repeat. And gently lower. Again, relax and pay attention. Now this time we'll take the strap in the right hand. Left hand on the chair seat, bring the leg parallel to the floor and then all the way out to the right as far as it will go. And then back in and over the top of the left leg. As far over as it'll go. Keep the knee straight. And back to center and gently lower. Relax. Tune in. be aware. Now let's take the strap to the left foot. And again, good grip with both hands. Raise that leg, knee straight. Gently lower and relax. Repeat. And gently lower. Relax. And once more. Gently lower. Relax. And then strap in the left hand, leg parallel to the floor, and out to the left as far as it'll go. And in and over the top of the right thigh. Knee straight as far to the right as it'll go. Good stretch. Keep those IT bands loosened up so that they don't cause you issues. And center. And gently lower. Relax. And we'll set the strap aside. And while we're out there at the front of the chair, we'll do another little seated back bend, counterposing some of the things we were just doing. And back to center. Now let's walk our feet way out, as far out as we can. We're sitting toward the front of the chair, hands on the knees, pressing the knees back. And we're going to do a shoulder twist. First, the right side. Look back over the left. As you dip that right shoulder and press against the right knee. Center. And other side. Center. And the right side. Center. And left shoulder. Press against the left knee. Center. And right shoulder. and left. And back to center. Walk the feet back into the center. Deep breath. And then let it all out. Couple more nice long inhales. See if you can lengthen the exhales. Now let's drop the arms alongside the chair. Inhale the arms out to the front. Walk the feet back so the toes are behind the knees. Lean forward, shift the weight into the feet, and come to standing. Now from our standing position, let's inhale the arms up overhead, arms parallel to each other. We're going to come to chair pose. Flex the hips and the knees, back in neutral. Then the arms can be extended up at any angle, or you can bring them to the knees for support. Hands to the knees, straighten the knees, back in neutral. Hands slip down the legs, keep the back in neutral, just flex up the hips. Soft knees, standing back bend, arms up overhead, look toward the hands, engage the buttocks. Exhale, prayer. And let's repeat. Hands to the knees, straighten the knees, neutral spine, forward fold. Straight knees, flat back. Coming out, soften the knees, standing back bend. Look toward the hands, engage the buttocks. And hands to prayer. Now let's take our chair, turn it toward us, and we're going to bring our hands to the chair and step back into plank. And then come to cobra. Maybe walk the feet forward a bit, relax the back, press up out of the shoulders, don't hang off the shoulders. Exhale back, flatten and stretch out the spine. And we're going to come back to plank and we'll do a few plank push-ups. And back to the spinal stretch. Step back to center, standing back bend, arms up overhead, Engage the buttocks. And hands to prayer. Now with the chair off of our mat, with the back toward you, we'll step the right foot forward and left foot back, angling the back foot for warrior one. So our bodies generally want to align like this, but we want to try and pull that back hip forward to square the hips as much as possible. That's why you have the back foot at an angle rather than toes pointed straight ahead. Helps you release that hip. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bend the knee. And adjust that right foot. Chair back is there if you need it. You can have your hand on it through the whole pose or only as you need it. Now we're going to move into, some call it straight-legged runner stretch, some call it pyramid. Straighten the knee and then fold forward over the straight leg, keeping that left hip pulling forward. Keep the hands on the hips if you'd like, or bring them to the leg, to the floor, or you could use your blocks here. Continue releasing, coming as deeply as you can, keeping that knee straight. Inhale up, step the feet together, and left foot forward, right foot back, again angling the back foot. Hip forward, exhale, bend the knee. Straighten the knee and fold forward over the straight leg. Inhale up, set the feet together, and we'll do a little standing back bend. And hands to prayer. Now let's step the right leg forward, the left leg back, and we're going to, I'm going to turn the other way so that I'm facing you. And we'll begin with the left leg turned out, toes toward the front of the mat, and warrior two. Bend the knee, turn the head, and look over the fingertips. And turn the feet for the other side. to keep the shoulders down, but bring them up. Keep the shoulder blades pulling toward each other. Release. Turn your feet toward the front edge of the mat. And I'm going to move this chair out. And forward fold. Back in neutral. Inhale up. Walk the feet in. And here we are. And now let's bring our chair to the front of the mat. Seat pointed toward you. We finish up with a sun salutation series. So stepping toward the front of toward the chair, about so far in front of the chair, 6 inches or so. Inhale the arms up, look toward the hands, back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Forward toward the chair seat. Inhale, straighten halfway up, extending the arms down. Step back to stretch out the spine. Inhale, hips slide forward into cobra. Relax the hips toward the chair, press up out of the shoulders. Exhale back. Inhale, step forward and forward fold. Forward toward the chair seat. Inhale, full standing back bend. Exhale, prayer. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, half. Exhale, step back. Stretch the spine, flatten the back. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back. Inhale, step forward. Forward fold. Inhale, back bend. And prayer. One breath, one movement. Inhale. Exhale. And prayer. Again. One more. And we'll bring the chair back to the back for a mat. And back to our initial sitting pose. Sitting toward the front of the chair, thighs coming straight out from the hips. Knees right over the ankles. Sitting nice and tall. Tune in and pay attention. Attention to your breath. I'm presently reading an interesting book called The Breath, the science of rediscovering the ancient art of breathing, or something close to that. The Breath is the title, by James Nestor. Very interesting book. Fits in very nicely with the breathing that we do through our yoga class, and I would recommend it if you're interested in learning a bit more about the breath. We will be friendly toward the joyful, compassionate toward the suffering. May we celebrate the good in others and remain impartial to their faults and imperfections. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Hands in prayer at our hearts, we bow to each other. Namaste. Thank you for being here. Look forward to you joining me the next time. I hope you'll subscribe and share these videos.